it's Silver, and today I hope to talk to you about the physical sensations that come with DID and OSDD. These range from good to bad and anywhere in between, so hopefully this video will help you guys learn a thing. The first and most obvious point of physical sensations that come with DID and OSDD is dissociation in general. Dissociation is defined as a disconnect from yourself and or reality, and this can involve a lot of disconnection with your own body. This can range from anywhere from being so disconnected from your body that you feel as if it's moving of its own will, to getting weird physical sensations that move across your skin. Dissociation has such a large range of experiences that I feel like it would be a bit far-fetched to try to list them all here. So instead, I'm going to put a couple links in the description that will talk to you more about general dissociation and shoehorn directly into the specific physical sensations of DID and OSDD. Other than dissociation, which is a bit more generalized than DID and OSDD specifically, some of the most commonly known physical symptoms that come with DID and OSDD specifically surround switching. The most common one that's most often described in academia is switch headaches. For example, when the brain is forced into fast or repeated switching, or maybe just had a bad day when it comes to switching, you can get very horrible headaches after a switch occurs. They can go anywhere from mild headaches to honestly bordering on migraines, depending on the day. In our own experience, if we are having a bad day of switching and we have a lot of fast or rapid switches in a row, with each switch, the headache will become worse and worse and worse until we either stop switching or take pain meds. And because these headaches are specifically from switching, they've been dubbed switch headaches. Similarly, even if switching doesn't cause a headache, aka if it's a good or normal switch, switching can come with physical bodily sensations. Often people will say they're feeling switchy, and this isn't a coincidence. Starting to feel switchy can induce dissociative feelings in the body. You can start feeling disconnected from your own body. You can start feeling like you're unable to move your body properly. You can feel like you're in molasses or you can't move it slowly, or like your body has a mind of its own. You can start feeling tightness in your chest or tightness in different areas of your body when you're not trying to control it. All sorts of things come with feeling switchy, and it varies system to system specifically what sensations they get. Personally, we get a lot of lightness in our chest, and this often is accompanied by our next physical symptom: physical sensations when specific alters are close to the front. Each alter in the system moves through the world physically in a slightly different way than every other alter in the system. They hold themselves differently, they have slightly different vocal ranges, and they might have different physical habits. These things don't exist in a vacuum, and oftentimes the alter that's about to switch or has just recently switched in can sense these things. As an alter is slowly coming towards the front, I can usually sense how they hold their body slowly starting to creep up towards me. For example, an alter in my system named Montana typically holds herself with a very straight back in a posture similar to this. I can't emulate it perfectly, but she holds her back like this and then holds the back of her throat in a very specific way. And I am unable to make our body behave that way. When she's nearing the front, I can feel my body start to straighten up, not of my own accord, and I can start to feel my throat forming in the way that she does. So as she comes nearer to the front, I can start to feel the body take on these physical ways of how she holds herself. And after I switch back in, after she's fronted, I can feel the body relax from these physical symptoms back into what I normally do. Oftentimes her throat thing sticks around for a good 5 or 6 minutes, and it's very hard for me to fully get my throat muscles to relax back into the way they normally do. But those are all very specific physical symptoms that I feel when she's near the front. Even if she doesn't fully switch, sometimes I can feel the body start to take up some of these ways that she holds herself. All it really requires is that she starts coming really near the front, and I can start to feel her presence right here. Not only are these physical symptoms pervasive when an alter comes to the front, they're different for each alter. Just as Montana holds herself up really straight and does the weird thing with her throat, each of us in the system have our own ways of holding ourselves. Mia tends to slouch a lot more than I do. From her own words, Mia has described the way I hold the body in a very anxious, kind of tense sort of way, and she says that she can feel the body relax a lot whenever she comes to the front after I have recently left. Despite the distinct physical ways the body holds itself when specific alters are near the front, we also get weird physical sensations when other alters are near the front, specifically in our face and our head. I know I've already mentioned Montana with her throat, but I mean something different. It's not in the way any of our muscles work, but it's almost like a slight pressure in our head. Not painful like the switch headaches, but specific moving pressure or temperature sensations either in our scalp or on our face when different alters are near the front. For example, I'm going to use Lorianne this time. Whenever she starts to near the front, I get a very light pressure right in front of my eyes, just from this temple across to this other one. This pressure isn't painful, but it's just a weird light sensation that happens a good chunk of the time when an alter gets near the front. Another example that's less pressure-based is when Lily gets near the front, I can feel the top of my scalp from right around here to halfway across my head start to get a little bit cold and tingly. And again, none of this is actively bad. In fact, some of it can actively be good. For example, for us, oftentimes the state of our internal communication and our system health directly impacts our physical health and our overall health. And furthermore, directly resolving system issues and arguments within the system can lead to a direct increase in physical health. And oftentimes this results in just tension being released from the body that we didn't even know we were holding. It can also result in what I describe as positive head feels, which is kind of like the opposite of a headache. When overall system health declines, it can almost be like we have such a small, slight headache that slowly eases into our life that we don't even notice it. And once we resolve these communication issues, all of a sudden it's gone, and suddenly everything feels better. Just as the tension was released from our body, that slight headache that we didn't even notice is gone, and suddenly our head just feels better, and the physical sensation surrounding our face and our scalp just feels better. And that's what I call physical head feels. It's kind of hard to describe, and I hope that description helps communicate what it is. But back on the system health directly impacting the physical health, this can have other more common effects, such as feeling more tired and fatigued, feeling achy or drained, sometimes even having random body aches and pains that are kind of unexplained. And it makes sense. Mental health is very closely tied to physical health, and they both interact with each other and influence each other in multiple different ways. Overall, as a quick closing statement, I would like to put out that not every system might experience these things, and there might be systems that experience more things that I didn't even list here. And all of those experiences, regardless of what they are valid and important. Each system has different experiences than another system, and we are just one system of many in this world, hoping to bring our experiences to you guys to help build a little bit more community and bring a little bit more education to the general world. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope this has helped, and I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day.